behalf of BUDDH Foundation and Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, I now request the monks from Sherabling Monastery, Himachal Pradesh, for Mangala Charan as per the Sanskrit tradition. May I now request Shri Shaki Sinha, Director, Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, to deliver the welcome speech.
My prostrations to Puja Vajradhara, Chanting Tai Situpa Rinpoche. My body does not allow me today to prostrate, but mentally, please accept. It is such an honor for us here to welcome you, sir, His Eminence. This place that you are in, and most of you must be here for the first time, is basically earlier was the residence of our Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. After his death, it became a museum dedicated to him and to the Indian freedom movement. Subsequently, this library has come up where you are situated, sitting right now. It's a library which is the best library in the world on contemporary India. Because not only do we have books, we have documents, photocopies, microfilms, journals, anything that you want in India in the last 50 years, this is the best place to be anywhere in the world. So any scholar who studies contemporary India, anywhere in the world, has to come here. But contemporary India is wide, it's vast, it's diverse, and the heritage of philosophy of various Indic schools is very strong. And therefore, when the BUDDH Foundation had asked me to collaborate, I felt honored. I didn't even take a second to say yes. Because for us to be hosting this talk today is, I think, an honor for us. So let me welcome again Tai Situpa, let me welcome all of you, and let me end by saying, if those of you who still have their phones on, please put it on the plain board. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, let me share some biographical facts about Venerable Tai Situpa Rinpoche with all of you before I invite Rinpoche to give his discourse today. Chamgon Chanting Tai Situpa is a line of incarnations of great masters, prophesied to be emanations of the Lord Maitreya and Guru Padmasambhava, which began with the enlightened Tibetan translator Marpa Lotsava. The 12th Chamgon Chanting Tai Situpa was born on the 8th day of the first month of the year of the horse, 1954, according to the Tibetan lunar calendar. He was born to a family of farmers in the Pali province of the eastern Tibetan kingdom of Derge. Numerous auspicious signs were witnessed at the time of his birth. He was found in accordance with the prediction and indications left by His Holiness the 11th Tai Situpa and the search instruction letter of His Holiness the 16th Gyalwang Karmapa. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama performed his hair-cutting ceremony. At the age of 18 months, he was formally enthroned as the 12th Chamgon Chanting Tai Situpa by His Holiness Gyalwang Karmapa in a grand ceremony held at Palpung Chokorling monastic seat in eastern Tibet, which was presided over by the king of Derge and attended by many other religious leaders and dignitaries. Following the political upheavals in Tibet in 1959, Tai Situpa was forced to flee to the kingdom of Bhutan and then to India. He lived in Gangtok and in Darjeeling, where he completed basic education studies. During that time, he also made pilgrimage to all the holy places in India and Nepal. When Tai Situpa reached 13 years of age, senior lamas and rinpoches of the Palpung institution brought him to Dharma Chakra Center, Rumtek Monastery, the newly completed seat of His Holiness the 16th Gyalwang Karmapa Ramjung Rigpe Dorje. Over a period of 9 years, from 1966 to 1975, he studied with His Holiness the 16th Gyalwang Karmapa, as well as with a number of great masters. During this time, he completed extensive studies of Buddhist philosophy, literature, art, science and history, as well as ritual, meditation, sacred dance and mandala, Tibetan astrology and medicine. He also received all levels of ordination from His Holiness the 16th Gyalwang Karmapa, and finally became a bhikshu at the age of 20 in 1973. In 1975, at the age of 22, having received all teachings and transmissions and completed all ordinations and retreats, the 12th Chamgon Chanting Tai Situpa departed Dharma Chakra Center, Rumtek Monastery. In 1976, he established the Palpung Sherabling monastic seat in Himachal Pradesh, India, to continue the heritage and institution of his predecessors. I now invite and request His Eminence Chamgon Chanting Tai Situpa Rinpoche to give his discourse on emptiness. And we'll have a Q&A session after the discourse. Thank you.
Good morning. Can you hear me? I believe I'm supposed to talk here. Everything is set here, right? Otherwise, I don't mind talking there, but I can see you, you can see me. Everything's here. I start from here, okay? All right? Okay. I want to start with the refuge to Buddha Dharma Sangha. So, join with me, all of you. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, Dutiyam Matbe Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dutiyam Matbe Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Dutiyam Madbe Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, Tirtiyam Madbe Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Tirtiyam Madbe Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Tirtiyam Madbe Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. My salutations and supplication to my Guru Vajradhara in Tibetan. O da jage tamba nyame tube wambi shabje dulu tima mebala go rabdu de gosum kubachimbe chantar sing japsu chiwo daja ke parden lama rida chinkuru janju chabda garden sumba mebi terchembo cho ke shabje dulu tima mebala Govi rabdu de gosum kubachimbe chantar sing japsu chiwu dado semchen tamjiji ju chinje labar zedu sol palden zawelama rimbo che dagi jiwurabe me dejula garden chimbugone jezonde Gosong Tuje Ngudrupzaldu Sol O Ganji Senjoraji Ravalane Mendara Larje Nujinda Dinga Norbu Jemumbasenze Sawone Belunama Kain Tang Kanjirene Parji Rojana Rabdu Gawe Ripazimba Kain Pa Dida Tamji Tarpa Tambe Gurujuru Tubi Soni Chena Dereje Kanda Shuju Tongen Jitena Deshi Lomara Juba Kansu Da Tindra Dagi Tembe Chuncheje Nyambranda Badamji Derende Shi Wana Nankada Nyambe Simje Damje Namjana Namyab Yang Taba Zobe Sanjiji Kompa Rinpoche Nangabracha Teje Do Talam Tambe Chusamu Chebala Chunimbe Kunonda Kunsha Nambra Tabe Sen Tela Kan Sambara Shave Chuni Ka Parban Tsini Mebe Chujin Yingbo Yum Chama Sherabja Parado Shimba Samotomba Nijitun Chebe Kapsu Papa De. The subject that I'm requested to talk here today is enormous. Yes. It is about Shun. It is about zero. Okay. So when the first Greek person tried to create the numbers according to the Occidental explanation. They made countless numbers. They cannot manage. Then they decided to create Shun. Then everything's okay. They only have to make 9 number. Then put a Shunya there. Then all the other calculations in the universe, including the distance between one galaxy to another galaxy, which is pretty far. Just going across our own galaxy with the speed of light takes so many centuries. So all of that is managed with the creation of zero. Yes. The 9 numbers that they have to create is less number than fingers that we have on our 2 hands. 1 less. Just 9 individual character. Then 0. That took care of everything. Now, when it comes to Lord Buddha's teaching, Prince Siddhartha, before his birth here on earth, he was in heaven, in Tushita heaven, to be specific. And he descended on earth from Tushita heaven. And he chose King Sadodana as his father, Queen Mahamaya as his mother. He was born here in the royal family of Shakya clan. And parents named him Siddhartha. And when he came of age, then he decided to search for the meaning of life. He did not find that in the palace. He ventured outside of the palace. He saw the inevitables, which were hidden for him in fear of becoming a saint. So the truth, nothing can hide. Even the father, King Satodana, the mother already passed away, and all the other ministers and retinues in the court, they did their best, but they cannot hide the truth from him. So he saw the truth of birth, truth of old age, truth of sickness, truth of death. On top of that, he saw the truth of peace. Upon seeing a monk, all the great masters that were there, who are appointed to do the duty to teach this young bright prince, they cannot teach him what his loyal servant, the chariot driver, he told him the truth. And everything that he have learned became meaningless after when he learned the truth. The prince asked him, can these things happen to me? Can I get old? Can I get sick? Will I die? Have I been born? Then Chariot said, that's what loyalty is, be truthful. To his master, I think those days you have to say something like, he's not yet the king, so he cannot say Your Majesty. He had to say something like Your Highness. Your Highness the Crown Prince, right? Yuvraj ji. So, yes, this will happen to you. And then he saw the truth of the samsara. Then he left the palace, not against the palace, not against his father, not against all the people that are the subject of that of his kingdom, not against them, for them, as well as for entire humanity. Not only that, for the sake of peace and everlasting joy and freedom of all sentient beings, from God to hell, for all he left. And that way, after 6 years of meditation and contemplation, finally he reached the Buddhahood. So Prince Siddhartha became Buddha Shakyamuni under the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya in today's Bihar. Now, after 2,600 years, the Prince Siddhartha becoming Buddha Shakyamuni is one of the greatest things that happened to humanity. In the times of trouble, the humanity have hope because the enlightenment of Prince Siddhartha happened among human beings. It is of the humanity, for the humanity, by the humanity. Not from somewhere else, not by something else. So this way, then, not only the Buddha Shakyamuni manifested the Dharma, but its lineage is living today. It is fresh. Buddha is among us. Not only that, Buddha is in each and every one of us. You are Buddha. You are Buddha. And you are Buddha. I am Buddha. We all Buddha. Everybody out there are Buddha. From God to hell, every living creature is Buddha in essence. So how can we relate to it? Okay. Now, after his enlightenment, for 7 weeks he did not teach. But then, upon the request of the Lord of the God, Brahma and Indra, then Buddha gave the first teaching. And that is teaching at Sarnath to only 5 human beings. 5. And that is teaching of Four Noble Truths. And of course, that went on, and later it became the teaching of Vinaya. In Tibetan version of translation of the words of the Buddha, not commentaries by Mahapandits and Mahasiddhas, but words of the Buddha itself. In Tibetan version, there are several editions, but those editions have, some have a few more volumes, some have few less volumes, but not because of the content, because of the arrangement of the page and density of the carvings and writings. So that way it became more and less volumes. But out of so many editions, the reading transmission of which I have received is the Lhasa Kanjur. Of course, I should be talking based on Dege Kanjur, but I don't have reading transmission from Dege Kanjur yet, so I cannot talk based on that. Lineage is very important. No lineage, no guru, no lineage, no blessing. It just is some sort of interpretation, individual interpretation. So, lineage, I received from Lhasa Kanjur. Why it should be Dege Kanjur? Because my predecessor, 8th Tai Situpa, who established Palpung Tsupten Monastery exactly on 1727 AD. He is responsible for the Kanjur edition of the Dege. Therefore, I should be talking based on that. Unfortunately, I can't because I don't have the lineage. I will receive the lineage, then I will talk on that, of course. Now, based on the Lhasa Kanjur, the first turning the wheel of is 17 enormous volume. 17. If one translates it into English, each volume will be at least 3 volumes. 3 volumes of maybe 1,000 pages. Because Vajradhara Sutra is translated in the United States of America, and it became 3 volumes. So that way I can say, so it will be, each volume will be 3 volumes. So that will be 3 times 17, so 51 volume. 51 volume it will be. So anyway, the essence of that is starting with the truth of suffering. So, Why Buddha taught suffering first? Why didn't he teach happiness first? Don't you think that will be a little bit more positive than talking about suffering? But Buddha is not teaching Dharma to be politically correct. Buddha is teaching Dharma to truly help humanity, truly help people. So that way, he told the truth. Nobody likes to suffer. That is very simple. No matter what kind of belief systems that you follow, no matter what kind of culture that you're supposed to be coming from, no matter you're supposed to be white, black, brown, yellow, orange, green, blue, whatever. So nobody like to suffer, and everybody don't want suffering. Everybody is doing everything that they can from day on and day out to overcome the suffering. That's why the whole world, the 6 billion people, are absolutely occupied 24 hours, 365 days throughout all their life. When they're a baby, they don't know how to say anything, how to express anything, but cry and kick, they know. So they do that because they are suffering. And until they die, we all do. So this way, the truth of suffering is the first teaching that manifested from the Buddha. And that went on and on. But I will not go further on this because I am supposed to be talking on the second turning wheel of the Dharma. So then in Rajgir, Vulture's Peak, Buddha Shakyamuni manifested the second turning wheel of the Dharma. That is the teaching of Shunyata, teaching of Prajnaparamita. And later, after compiling the Prajnaparamita, all aspects of Prajnaparamita, then it became so many volumes, such as the first of the 17 major teachings on Shunyata that Buddha have given have 12 volumes, the first of the 17. We call it 17 mother and daughter. So first have the 12 volume. Second have 3 volume. First have 100,000 shloka. That means 400,000 verses. So altogether, how many will it be? So I will not go into those numbers now. Now this is the second teaching of the Buddha. And then there is the third. Then there is the fourth. Then there is the fifth. Fifth is the Tantra. So leave that for the time being, okay? So now we are focusing on the second turning wheel of the Dharma. Okay, Prajnaparamita. So out of so many Prajnaparamita teaching that manifested from Buddha, I say manifest. I will not say taught by the Buddha. Because when somebody is teaching something to someone, with plan, with perception, then it is dualistic. Then that way, Buddha will not be different, any better than you and me. I talk. For that, I made notes. My notes are not very useful, but I make them, and it is very much like a security. Because if I black out, then I have the note. Otherwise, I plan one thing, and what comes out is your power. So you draw out of me. what you need, what you came here for, like flower and plants. The rain falls and fogs are there, sunlight is there, but different plants take different nutritions from the sun, from the rain, as they need. So what I write down and what I talk is not exactly the same in detail. Of course, principle has to be the same, but detail will not be the same. So, now this. Now, the hope for overcoming the suffering and achieving the peace, the happiness, the joy, the freedom, that is only possible if the existing suffering and existing cause and conditions of suffering are shun. Then it is possible. If suffering truly exists, if cause and condition of suffering such as karma truly exist, if all the elements out of which we are born and out of which the whole universe is born, if they are truly there, earth as earth, water as water, fire as fire, air as air, space as space, they are there distinctively, truly existing, then nothing can be done. Nothing can be done. When somebody is in trouble, we say it's his karma, it's her karma. Of course, we believe in karma. Buddhism believe in karma. Of course, Buddha taught about karma. One of the Four Noble Truths is about karma. But then, he did not teach karma as the ultimate truth, karma as a relative truth. So we are non-believer of the karma, ultimately. We are believer of the karma, relatively. So where should we draw that line of ultimate and relative? Very simple, very simple. Nobody will suffer ultimately. Guarantee. All the sufferings, all the karmas are there, but relatively. They all are impermanent. You cannot have permanent suffering, no matter how bad you are. You might go to hell, but soon as you went into hell, there will be time when you come out of the hell. There has to be. Otherwise, no logic. Otherwise, doesn't make sense. So everything have an end, beginning and end. So that is the relative truth. You look where you look, you think where you think, you sounds like where you sounds like, for some time, but not forever. I'm already 64. Another 64. Goodness sake, I will be 128. I will be just a old tree trunk, and so will be gone long time back. Tai Situpa, 12th Tai Situpa, who died 30 years back, will be like that. That is a guarantee. So everything is impermanent. Nothing is permanent. For example, with scientific physics of human being, there is no capacity in human body to suffer limitless suffering. Impossible. The person will pass out. Then doesn't matter what happened to that body. Person don't feel anything. The person, we call it fainted, faints. If too much pain, will faint. And then, if more, let's say, intrusion is afflicted, then will be dead, will die. So that way, this body is not capable having limitless pain. Not possible. Yes. So that shows very clearly, suffering have limitation. Same way the happiness have limitation, because if you are too happy, you will pass out also. Yes, you will. I know many stories. Somebody told someone, some servant, whatever I win from this horse race jackpot, it is yours. And then the particular horse won the jackpot. And upon hearing that news, the servant died. Yes, I was told this when I was 9 years old. When I'm in Darjeeling, I was told this by people there as a true story. I don't know, but I can understand. Because too upset also people die, right? Too happy also people die. So we have a limitation. Too much pleasure also people die. And I can tell you one thing. Some people like to drink, right? So they drink, and their liver is finished and they're dead. So that is also enjoy the booze too much. Then you're dead. So same thing. And drug overdose, we hear this all the time. And all of these things are indulging in anything that makes you happy. Too happy, dead. So like that. So that way, everything is just a perception with limitation. Now, going back to the Shunyata, Tongpa Nyi, Buddha says, form is emptiness. Then you have little problem. You can see it, you can touch it. How can it be not there? But then, immediately, Buddha said, emptiness is form. Then it starts to make sense. You say, what did you say? Form is emptiness. Now you say emptiness is form? Because form is possible relatively because it is not there ultimately. If one form is there ultimately, another form cannot be there. Therefore, one form is there relatively, so another form can be there relatively. Ultimately not there. It's okay. I can be dreaming entire Serengeti of Africa in my 10-foot by 10-foot bedroom. And all these gazelles, all these wildebeest, all these crocodiles, all these rivers, all these lions, everything I can dream. And I will be enjoying it, and when I get a bit too close for my comfort, I will be scared and running like anything. So all of those things happening in my 10 by 10 bedroom, comfortably sleeping there. And I can feel everything as it is real. So this life is also a dream. Truly a dream. Yes, it is. When do we wake up? When we die. When did it start? When we were born. And karma of what? Karma of our karma. Dream of what? Dream of our karma. Okay? According to the karma we dream. How can I say that? Very easy. You have 5 persons in your family. Everything is happening in your family is exactly the same thing for everyone. But one of them like it, one of them hate it, one of them are indifferent, one of them obsessed by it, one of them absolutely turned off by it. But same thing, same family, same situation. So how can that be possible? It is possible. It is happening all the time. That's why some wise families put up with it. They make adjustments. When one of the family member a little bit upset, all the other family member keep quiet. And then when so does the same with everyone, each other, and the family is in peace, doing well. But some are not that mature. Then divorce after divorce after divorce. I know people who have 4 divorces in their life. Yes, 4 divorces. I'm sure if there is 4 divorces, there can be 40 divorces. That means every year there will be 2 divorces. So that also means every year there will be 2 marriage. You will be shocked actually when you really learn what is happening in the neighborhood. So this is a regular case all over the world. All kind of things are happening. All kind of things are happening. So this way, everything is a manifestation of one's own karma, and if you take back and look at it, then it is all illusion. And if you're involved in it, it is not illusion. It is real as it could get. So that way, the emptiness, by definition, is everything is happening relatively, but nothing is happening. Nothing is there ultimately. And there is a particular words for it. It is called interdependent origination. So everything is there as interdependent manifestation of everything else. Nothing is there more than interdependent manifestation of everything else. Do you understand? Okay? So, like this. Now, I think generalization is done. Now go specific. Out of those 17 great teachings of Lord Buddha, one of the shortest one is Heart Sutra, or in Tibetan, Sherabling. Then Sherabling is not taught by Buddha verbally, but manifested in a very special way. I was talking about manifestation. So this manifested in a very special way, non-dualistic manifestation, but very special. Because Buddha was in some state of samadhi at Rajgir area. And so that samadhi is called Sammo Nangwa in Tibetan. This Sammo Nangwa samadhi. So when he was in that state, then Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva and Shariputra, his disciple Shariputra, they had conversation, question and answer, which is caused by the power of the Buddha's samadhi, because they both were in the presence of the Buddha, being in that samadhi. Then Heart Sutra manifested as a conversation, question and answer in between Shariputra and Avalokiteshvara. So this is perfect example of manifestation of the Buddha's teaching. Now, what is that samadhi? Sammo Nangwa. Sab in Tibetan means deep. What is deep? Well, deepness of everything is the Shunyata. Shunyata. Tongbani, Shunyata, emptiness. But then it is accompanied by the word mo, sab-mo. Mo means feminine. Mo, mother, father, po, mo. So mo is feminine. So what is that? That is Great Mother Prajana Paramita. Yumchemo Sherabji Parudachima. So, Great Mother Prajana Paramita. And so, deep Prajana Paramita, which is wisdom. The feminine represents wisdom. So, wisdom. Emptiness. Wisdom. Then, Nangwa. Nangwa. Nang means seeing, perceiving, clarity. So, if it is the ocean, the depth is the emptiness, and the vastness is the clarity. How big the ocean is, how deep the ocean is. So vastness, the clarity, that is nangwa, nang, clarity. And wa is not ma, mo, ma, wa, pa, ma, po, mo. So wa is muscular. Muscular is method. So nang wa. So emptiness and clarity. The method, wisdom and method. Now that together as a samadhi means emptiness and clarity in union. So Buddha remained in the state of emptiness and clarity in union. Then in the presence of that, then two of the devoted disciple, accomplished enlightened disciple, manifested the entire Heart Sutra. Okay? So that tells us a lot. You can write an entire thesis on it. You can even get a PhD writing on Sammo Nangwa. Just this four syllable, 4 words, Sammo Nangwa. Now, how does emptiness help us? How does the understanding of emptiness help us? If understanding of emptiness cannot help us, then we are finished. Yes, that means we have no zero. So every single calculation we do, we have to write a number, character, because we have no zero. So emptiness actually gives us the hope. How does that work? If you understand all sentient beings' suffering is an illusion, if you understand that, then it will naturally arise compassion. The people killing each other, cursing each other, causing a lot of problem for each other throughout the world. For what? Because they take something that is an illusion as a real thing. Therefore, they do all kinds of things to combat non-existent problem. The problem doesn't exist. It is made up because you have a fixed perception. You have fixed idea. Because you have fixed idea, then something that does not fit in that fixed idea, then you will have fixed emotion. And to get rid of that emotion, you create another something. We call it remedy or whatever. We can come up with all kinds of impressive words. And then that way, entire sentient beings, from God to hell, are suffering. Yes. Not because there is something, there is nothing. and they take that nothing as something. Then as a result of that, I must do something because something is happening and I have to undo that. And then for that, there's so much collateral damage, you know. So this way, sentient beings are suffering. And when you know that, then what you feel to others is that feeling we call compassion. They are suffering out of ignorance. And they are suffering because they don't understand everything is an illusion. Therefore, they are suffering. Then you have compassion. And compassion brings people together. You know, if you have compassion to a terrible, angry, scary creature, we're supposed to be prey. Tigers, lions, they're supposed to be predator. But if we have compassion, true compassion, how many people became friend with tiger, friend with lion? You just go to Discovery Channel. You just look into National Geographic documentary. You don't have to go very far. So much happened. And animals protecting other animals. Unlikely animals become friends to each other. Can you imagine a cat and a bird become friend? A cat and a mouse become a friend? You know, mouse is cat's lunch. If it is big one, if it is small one, mouse is cat's snack. Yes, and they become friends. They miss each other. They take care of each other. They trust each other. So that comes from compassion. No compassion, no trust. All kind of artificial trust are sort of, I scratch your back if you scratch my back. You know? So that is like give and take. There's no true compassion. Therefore, there will be no true trust. The true trust comes from, really, from the heart, intelligent, mature, a true respect to each other. Then the true trust comes. And that happens with compassion. No compassion, there will be no trust. So this way, the hope for overcoming the suffering, which is the teaching of the first wheel, is coming from the teaching of the second wheel, the understanding of emptiness, which will naturally take birth of the compassion. So now this way, I think we understand a little bit more of what is emptiness. Now one last thing, because my time is up. There is a 2 sentences, actually 4 sentences. It goes 2 by 2, so 4 sentences. First 2 says, there is nothing which is not interdependent manifestation. That's the first 2 sentences. Last 2 sentences, therefore, there's nothing which is not emptiness. Okay? So now this means from heaven to hell, all the outer existence. Heaven's supposed to have beautiful trees, beautiful this, beautiful that. Hell's supposed to have terrible fires, terrible this, terrible that. And then beings who are enjoying in the heaven as gods, and beings who are suffering in hell as unfortunate creatures. So they all, including their state of mind, absolutely full of joy and happy and all of that, and absolutely tormented and really suffering, all of that is temporary, and all of that is illusion caused by cause and condition of that. Okay, so I conclude there, but one last thing, that is, Buddha said, listen to this very carefully, you can apply this to everything. Form is emptiness. Repeat after me. Form is emptiness. That emptiness is form. That emptiness is none other than form. Form is none other than emptiness. Now you can apply this to feelings, perceptions, consciousness, all kind of things. So you just say one thing, then it becomes not so clear. But if you say all of those four things clearly, then all become very clear. And then, the true hope comes from true experience of emptiness. If you have a problem, all of you will have some problem. I don't want you to, but you will, guarantee. I have been around for 64 years. I know there will be. Each and every one of you, including me, we will have some problem. Big problem, small problem, that's up to how we handle it. We are very good at making small problem big. That is why samsara is going on, for countless eons. So you will have problem. So when you have problem, instead of going hysterical about it, you just tell your people around you, be quiet. Don't bother me for half an hour. You just sit and take a deep breath first. Then just relax. Just relax for 5 to 10 minutes. Then you look at your problem, so-called problem. Then you will find out, maybe that problem is very good for you. Yes. Maybe it is a good thing happening to you, blessing in disguise, Yes. And then the power of the problem become gone. The problem don't have power. It is not like hari mirch, green chili. It becomes like a simla mirch. Simla mirch is 10 times bigger than hari mirch, or 100 times bigger than dola khorsali. Yeah? Small round chili, which is chemically hot, not just vegetably hot, but chemically hot. So the kind of severeness is gone. When the severeness of your problem is gone, then you will have good perspective. Then you are able to handle your problem much better. Much better. Yes. So, that's it. That's it for now. Now you ask me question. Yes, you question me, and you think of a hardest thing, then it makes sense. Yeah. Something you know already, don't ask me that question. This is the biggest problem with Asians, Asians, we have this kind of habit. When we are supposed to ask a question, then we think of what we know. And then ask a question about the subject that we know. That is stupid. You don't know something. You don't know about something. You wanted to know. Then you ask a question about that. Then then it makes sense. So I hope I can give you a little something. So ask me question on the subject that you are confused and you don't know. You ask me.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche. Yes, please.
Thank you, Eminence, for gracing us with your presence. I have two questions. First, in the realm of emotions, as we understand that there is a distinction between what we understand empathy as a value and compassion.
No. Empathy.
Empathy.
Empathy means sympathy.
I think something distinct from empathy. Empathy is realizing someone else's feeling as one, resonating with them. Sympathy is an intellectual cognition of someone's.
Okay, all right.
So we have a problem with empathy in which we are rendered paralyzed when we feel the pain of someone else and inactive. So what is the transition that one can make from empathy to what you understand as compassion?
Okay, now I get it.
I just have one
This hit me right into my being. Good, very good question. Because, I am not very emotional person. So empathy will hit me very hard. Yeah, so empathy, actually you should be sensitive, of course, but you shouldn't be too sensitive. If you're too sensitive, you will be busy crying. And you can't help anybody, you can't help yourself, you can't have a good perspective, you can't even see properly because you are crying. Yes. So practically I didn't cry for years, decades. I don't know how to cry, sort of, not 100%, but sort of. And I don't take pride in it, but that's how I am. So I think in order to have compassion, efficient compassion, you should have a good perspective. In order to have a good perspective, you should not be emotional. You should be less emotional as possible, especially when you are trying to do something for somebody, try to help somebody. That's where compassion comes from. So you should have clear perspective for helping somebody. You are not helping somebody because of your emotion. Emotionally you feel very uncomfortable and you want to do something that you will feel comfortable, then you're not helping others, you're helping yourself. Yeah, so you should be less emotional as possible when you have compassion to other sentient beings, truly to help them. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, over there for that.
I see too many hands, so just random. Yeah, good.
Rinpoche, I have one question. How can we see one big problem like global warming and climate change from the perspective of Shunyata?
Yes, that's perfect. Because there is no ultimate global warming. Yes, that's why relatively global warming is happening, And therefore we can do something because it is relative. Having said that, I have little rubbish on from my part about global warming. Can I say something about it? Okay. Yeah. I don't mean to take your question time, but this is also maybe somebody's question. Actually, I am very much concerned citizen of the planet Earth for many things, including environmental issue. Having said that, global warming is true, but global cooling also happening at the same time. So some part of the globe getting warmer, that means other part of the globe gets cooler. But the problem is where coolness is a good thing, it is not happening. Where the coolness is a bad thing, it is happening. Where the warmness is a good thing, it is not happening. Where the warmness is a bad thing, it is happening. Therefore, global warming, global cooling become a problem. So how do we determine which part of the global should be, or in which part of the globe the warming is okay, and which part of the globe the warming is not okay, and vice versa, the cooling also is the established role of that particular part of the ecology. North Pole and South Pole and Himalayas and Andes, Alps, etc. Should be cool. They should be cool because there is snow, which is source and glaciers, of course, which are the source of the rivers like Himalaya, the Ganges, Brahmaputra, all of them coming from this part, and Sindh, all of that, and also North Pole, South Pole is very important part of controlling the ocean, the height of the ocean. So this way it is very important for those places to be cool, and then other places it should be warm, like rainforest should be warm, and so what is happening is less trees in the rainforest, so it is almost becoming not rainforest. It used to be rainforest, but now almost become not rainforest. And we need deserts. Deserts also very important. It have its own role. We just try to green all the deserts, Earth will have a huge problem. So, but problem with the desert is it is expanding every year by hundreds and hundreds of square miles, actually thousands of square miles. Right now, I don't have the statistics I have in my notes. I always look for this kind of thing, and so this, and so this way it is maybe human activity, maybe it is the intergalactic and the inter-solar system activity. We don't know for sure, but having said that, human has contributed a lot for the global warming and global cooling far as the planet Earth is concerned. I don't know elsewhere. You also should check, is the warming and cooling is happening in another planet or not? Like Mars, like Venus, or those places, the weather pattern is, the temperature pattern is changing or not. Because sun flare also contributes to the change of the temperature. Because sun flares sometimes are extended by million miles. So if sun flare is closer to us by a million miles, previously, it is further from us by a million miles. We will have temporary sort of change of gravity, change of weather, change of this and that. It will happen. So we have to look at everything. But doesn't matter what will be the finding will be, human beings have contributed a lot. It was about 100 years, when the Ford built the first motor vehicle and rolled into the road. The people were laughing at him. saying that how is he going to bring all these oils? How is he going to build the road all over the world? He is crazy, But right now, the world is almost covered by the road. And roads are overflowing, not just filled, but overflowing by the cars and vehicles. So this way, of course, there will be repercussions. They were not there 100 years back. They are there. And past 10 years, the motor vehicle has tripled past 10 years. That statistics I remember. Tripled throughout the world. So this way, when there is one car, there will be three. And when there is a road for one car, there will be a road for three cars. So on and so forth. So that way, the surface to be heated by the sunlight will be more. And emission of the fossil fuel will be more. And so on and so forth. Of course, there will be. And it's not only the car that is the only culprit. There's so many other culprits, such as power plants, all kind of things, excessive logging, and so on and so forth. So these things are contributing. Yes. But it is a relative truth. It happened because it is a relative truth. It can be changed because relative truth. But not so easy. Not easy. There's no easy way out.
Thank you. I am an entrepreneur, and my question is...
I'm
an entrepreneur. So my question
entrepreneur.
Is,
Okay.
And I've been following Buddhism for around 17, 18 years now. My question is, to be an entrepreneur, I have to be very, very driven.
Very driven. Okay.
And very focused on certain things, and at certain times I have to be very selfish in terms of beating the competition and just making sure that I get the business and my competitors don't get the business. So how do I balance my drive for for winning myself?
Yeah. Yeah, now I get it. I understand. You can sit down. Be at peace. Now I get it. Yes. Okay. Actually, you should never forget that entrepreneur or anything is a samsaric activity. It is worldly activity. So you cannot make a worldly activity not worldly activity. It is worldly activity. It is samsaric activity. So, for example, you can't grow rice without drowning insects. You cannot. Because you have to water the rice plant every day, and for months. So you can't avoid that. Just put a sign there, no ants, please. They wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. So that way, that is nature of samsara. Okay. So you have to understand that. But having said that, person like you who wanted to be successful, but who wanted to do something about how to be successful, instead of regular way, just survival of the fittest sort of concept. So how do you go about? Well, I think it should be there should be always ways to make it slightly better. Always. Let's say pushing somebody around, and to get in front. There's a nice way to do that, saying, excuse me, and then go there. That is nicer. Then get out of my way, 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 So I think you can do something like that. There's always slightly better way to do that. But you can't really be successful by doing competitive business without getting on the way of somebody else. That is very difficult. I don't think it is possible. Practically, it is not possible. For example, if there is 100 restaurants for 100,000 people, so that means each restaurant is catering for 1,000 people. They will be eating at home. They will be eating at each other's home as a guest. We call that invited guests. So they will be not coming to your restaurant if you don't make it a little attractive. And then also they will go to other 99 restaurants. They will not come to yours. So you have to somehow do something to make your restaurant special. And of course, the ideal thing will be all the owners of the 100 restaurant come together and say, I will cook only this, and you will only I will only cook this, and then all of you will be specialized for 100 different things and will not overlap, but that wouldn't happen. That itself will be very expensive. That itself will be very expensive. And and then somebody did not keep their word, then you have to take them to court. And a very big problem. So better not start such thing to begin with. So this way, actually, you just have to say, excuse me, I beg a pardon. Yes, yeah. If you stepped on somebody's toe, you say, I'm sorry, is it okay? Yeah, if it's bad, you call the ambulance and fix the person, pay for the expenses. But sometimes if you do that, they will sue you and take your company. So that also you have to think about. You have to, not that easy, not that simple. But you doesn't look like a naive person. I will not worry about that. Yeah.
So we have a last question now, please.
Ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for very enlightening discussion. I just have one question. In your discourse, you mentioned that form is emptiness and emptiness is form. Everything is relative, nothing is ultimate. Does that mean there is no Shunyata? Does that mean there is nothing like Shunyata? When we say everything is relative, nothing is ultimate, do I have to understand that there is nothing like Shunyata? And is it Shunyata only a concept, only a space that we have created to understand that there is something ultimate nothingness, but it doesn't exist?
That's very clear, very clear. Pretty simple actually. If it is something, then it is not there. Yeah, if it is not something, then that is there. So if it is something dualistic, so the Prajna Paramita Heart Sutra actually starts with Mahasam Jyome Shiraparulshin. Shiraparulshin means Prajna Paramita. Mahasam Jyome means Marumeba. That means ineffable. Samdameba, unimaginable, unconceivable. And Jyotimeba, undescribable. So we try to describe a non-dualistic, undescribable essence with a dualistic concept and a dualistic word. So therefore, we have the Buddha have to manifest. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Then other two also. So that way it becomes complete. So that is Shunyata. That is Shunyata. So, not only that. If you, ma'am, if you truly understand Shunyata, you become Buddha. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We are very grateful to you for your enlightenment.
Oh, finished?
And I thank
Okay.
you for your patience. Before we discuss, I'm going to invite the ladies from the Dialogue of Wisdom Society again to come and recite the national anthem. Please rise forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was very nice.